The following programming brought to you by My Cedarburg Online, a virtual hub for living in Cedarburg, Wisconsin. This is Burger Bites, a mini news magazine focused on life in Cedarburg, Wisconsin. Summer has arrived in Cedarburg, and the ball fields at Five Corners are lively again. The town of Cedarburg now operates the only recreational baseball and softball program for local youth. More than 450 children are participating this year, with much of the action at Orthopedic Hospital of Wisconsin Fields, out at Five Corners. The town has steadily improved the facility over the last few years. In 2013, a batting cage was added, and this year a new crushed stone in the infield should help drainage and allow players and coaches to take advantage of the short summer season. The program is now large enough that games are also spread around to multiple fields at local public and private schools.
We actually did this year with Thorson. That's the field that, with the help of La Rosa Landscaping, they helped us get that field in a good playable condition, and now we're able to have games out there this season for the first time. So that's really been part of the success of the whole program, is being able to work with the school district and local businesses to make all the teams fit on the fields that we have and build new fields as needed.
Field 2 at the Five Corners facility was dedicated this year in the name of Allison Caston, daughter of Craig Caston, one of the league's coaches. Future years hold more growth and changes for the facility.
Through our Park and Recreation Committee and Town Board, identified several projects here that we'd like to see improved within this particular park. Gazebo being one, perhaps an active play area for some children as well, kind of on the south side next to the parking lot. So we're trying to make it as well-rounded of a park facility as possible so that we can provide a good opportunity for everyone, the players and spectators.
The Cedarburg Little League season started June 2 and ends July 23, with T-ball, machine pitch, and player pitch divisions for players ages 4 to 13. It's not every day drums parade through the halls of Cedarburg High School. But it's not every day you name your 70-year-old mascot. A Name the Bulldog contest culminated in a year-ending pep rally, when 283 suggested names for the CHS Bulldog were finally narrowed to just one.
Our Bulldog now has a name, and that Bulldog's name is Brutus.
A question from a news graphic editor about the Bulldog's name set Principal Jeff Nelson to searching, and he found there wasn't one.
I started thinking about how could we make this like a fun contest. End of the year seems like a great time to do it, and so sort of a culminating activity. So we know that 70 years ago they picked our mascot, and so the opportunity to sort of pick a name for our Bulldog was really a great opportunity. So made it a big contest and had a great time.
A committee narrowed down the student suggested list, and then students voted on the finalists. One lucky student even walked away with an iPad in a drawing. An all-school photo followed, and at the center of it all was the guest of honor, Brutus Bulldog. It's been 35 years since Cedarburg Speedway was the place to be on Wednesday night. The track is rutted and overgrown, and the neighborhoods all around make a weekly blast of dust and roaring engines unseemly. But in June, the vintage modified stock cars returned for Cedarburg Revisited, a nod to that recent history.
There were probably, on a Wednesday night, there were probably 75, 80 sportsman cars. It was very popular because a guy could afford it.
This is the 9th year for the nostalgic Speedway show, complete with food, a hot rod display, and a reunion of drivers who ran until surrounding development led to the end of racing here in 1979. Drivers said crowds back in the day were great, and the racing venue was especially forgiving.
There was no walls, so if you got in trouble, you had nothing to worry about. That was nice. The crowd was good. It was a good place to go on a Wednesday. It was a straight shot to get out here. You can make it in time.
Vintage modified stock cars also make their way to Muskego, Burlington, and other southeastern Wisconsin locations through the summer and fall. Cedarburg's patriotic side comes out each May at its Memorial Day commemoration.
we think thoughts different from the general public and express them, that freedom of speech was paid for by their lives. When we don't get imprisoned for saying negative things about our government and its leaders, that right was paid for by their ultimate sacrifice.
We call your attention to the small table in front of you, which always occupies a place of dignity and honor near the head table at all military gatherings. This empty table symbolizes the fact that members of our armed forces are missing from our ranks. They are unable to be with us here today, or their loved ones and families.
It is true that there is a special love for this nation, reserved for those who have bled for it. And for their surviving loved ones, we must endeavor to ensure that their sacrifice was not in vain. The newest service members will continue the honorable lineage our fallen comrades started over 238 years ago. And in closing today, I'd just like to say that I am honored to be with you, to remember our fallen, and may God bless you, your families, the families of our fallen, and may God always bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Hey, fire!